Welcome back, everybody. This is Let's Talk Barca Transfer Edition 2022, and I'm back. All right, guys. So I just have to fill you in. I had to take some time off, get some stuff done. You know, it is life is life, so it goes. Starting to get back into everything else, active on the social media, everything. So we're gonna get into this now. We're gonna do the transfers for 2022. I wanted to wait a while to see what was happening because it was, you could see it was chaotic. This was like one of the most hectic, most ridiculous transfer windows I've ever seen. Absolutely crazy. So let's get into it. All right. So the first thing we want to get into is let's get into some of our transfers. So we got 5 transfers across the line so far this summer. I'm not going to get into any of the levers that we pulled. I get into that into another one. I'll explain everything as we go into depth. I'll bring up some news articles and everything to explain to everybody exactly how the levers work. So when you get on online and you have all this nonsense people are saying, I'm going to provide you with actual support material to help you fight them trolls and nonsense on there. So first we're going to start with the players because people like to say the players aren't any good or they're not going to help or our team's no good. So we're going to break down the players to give you guys a lot of ammunition for when you get out there and have to fight the trolls online and so forth. Because clearly these guys at ESPN and everywhere else, they don't know anything about sports and they definitely don't know anything about football. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so our first transfer in. Actually, this is not going to go in order. Just going to go in. I'm just going to give you a name list of the people. So just to confirm, we got Robert Lewandowski in, Jules Kounde, we got Christensen in, we got Frank Kessié, and we got Rafinha in. So those are the 5 signings that we've got in so far. As I'm making the recording, and we're probably going to make 1 or 2 more signings. From my understanding now, La Liga has admitted their mistakes, so everybody will be registered. So Kounde could have been registered last week, but La Liga was holding up the paperwork. Makes for a great story, I guess. So now they've admitted that Kounde can be registered, and I believe we're on a 1-to-1 registry. So if we sell somebody or release somebody that's already been registered, like say Brathwaite or Memphis Depay, then we can just bring someone in. So if Brathwaite, Memphis Depay, or Aubameyang were to leave, if all 3 leave, then we'll be able to bring 3 different players in. All right, so that's how it's working right now. We'll get into that stuff later. So now we're just going to get into the transfer review and the player review and how it affects the team. Let's get into it, guys. All right, so as we get into Robert Lewandowski, RL9. Now this I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This transfer shocked the living beeps out of me because I thought we were gonna go after a player like Holland, but never thought we would have a chance to lure Lewandowski away. Now a lot of people criticize the transfer of 40 million euros for Lewandowski, but if you're seeing that Isaac is going for what 70, 80 million euros, then Lewandowski is a great buy at 40. You know what I mean? So, and then at the wages that we're getting Lewandowski, it's an amazing buy. It's absolutely the steal, one of the steals of it. You have one of the greatest goal scorers in the history of the game, and you get him for 40 while he's still technically in his prime. Like, I mean, most people say that he should be at the end of his prime, but he hasn't really shown any signs of slowing down. And we'll get into what it is he's going to bring to our team. So, Lewandowski. So the greatness of Lewandowski, I'm not sure a lot of people, I never heard anyone actually speak of what makes Lewandowski so great. And what actually, in my opinion, makes Lewandowski so important and so great is his runs. The runs that Lewandowski makes in and around the box, whether it's the first run to the goalie or it's the curling run, whether it's that run for the cutback, so he's good at also coming back and getting that cutback. So it's just a matter of getting a player like Dembele or even Rafinha to get those crosses into him. And once we get that in, we should see the goal scoring continue because we know Barcelona have always been able to create chances. So it's not just that now. What we also going to get from him with those runs, especially against low block teams, clearly is his finishing skills. He's an amazing finisher. He's an amazing finisher in and around the box. So when we're playing against low block teams, we're going to be able to send those crosses in. Look how many times Luke de Jong saved us with some late headers. How many times Aubameyang has saved us with those headers in the box. So now we have Lewandowski, who's better than both in the box with headers. So now we're going to be able to hopefully get more finishes in crucial low block teams with Lewandowski and his finishing skills and his ability to get those goals. And then getting those goals, that's the last thing. Not only is he just a good finisher finishing around the box, but he's also a game winner. Now you're saying, well, what's the difference? A goal scorer and a game winner? No. See, a goal scorer is a goal scorer. He scores goals. But you don't know when they're gonna come. It could come when you're 2-0 up, and then he scores 3 goals. That's great. Yeah, that's great for him. But that's doesn't really help the team. A winner, that's different. That's the player that pops up with that big goal that wins you the game last minute. He takes one shot, has done nothing all game, takes one shot, top corner, you've won the game. Whether the guy scored a hat trick when you're up 3-0, that doesn't matter because you're going to win the game anyway. But the guy who comes with that big game-winning goal, there's a difference. Now Lewandowski combines all. He combines the fact that he's a goal scorer and he's a game winner. So now we have a goal scorer, and like Messi was a goal scorer and a game winner, right? So he'd pop up in those moments. Neymar, goal scorer and a game winner. Lewandowski's the same thing. These guys are goal scorers and game winners. They will pop up late in the game to win us the games. So that's what Lewandowski adds to the team, and those movements in and around the box will allow us to change our formations back and forth. So at the end of this, I'm going to go over how all these players integrate and how that should help us going forward. So we're going to move on from Lewandowski. All right, so now that we've finished with that one, we're going to go on to Jules Kounde. Now, Jules Kounde, he was a late arrival. We haven't seen him play as of yet. He was just registered late. I just got the word in that La Liga has confirmed that they made some mistake with the original documentation, and Jules Kounde has been registered and is able to register. So Barcelona's on a one-on-one registry now, so we'll get into that in another video. But Jules Kounde will be registered for our next game against. So let's get into it. So Jules Kounde, now he's a 5'10" so-ish, 178 centimeters tall. Defender with good speed, good strength, good jumping ability, good defending, great ball skills, and solid passer. Good vision as well. So he fits in perfectly, very Puyol-like in terms of body structure and skill set. Puyol started off as a center back / right back and was able to move on to the left side, whatever. So very Puyol-ish. So we'll see if that works out. So is Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia is very Puyol-ish as well, but he hasn't worked out as well, but we'll see how Kounde works out. Now, Kounde is very interesting because, like I said, he provides us with a lot of speed, so that's also going to relieve a lot of stress off of Rougeau, not to have to cover the biggest and fastest guy, because, if there's a big guy and a speedy guy, Rougeau's in trouble because he has no help with either one. But now, with someone like Kounde, if there's another speedy guy, Kounde's fast enough to cover most speedsters. Even though they might be faster than Kounde, he still has enough speed to be able to trouble them or to cause some sort of disruption. Then the second thing is he's another ball player. He's better ball player than a Rougeau, but not quite as good as Eric Garcia. He's somewhere in the middle between Eric Garcia and Christensen in terms of ball playing. But he's a very good ball player, but much better on the ball. Like, he's a better dribbler than I think both Eric Garcia and Christensen. So he's probably our best dribbler center back that we have. So his ability to dribble and get himself out of trouble in the back should make him a very good press release and help us break a lot of presses. So that's what that's really going to help us. It's really going to help us to break a lot of pressing. And then lastly, what he really does bring is another option. Like we with him and Eric Garcia, and that gives us, right now, that's 2 options. Adding Christensen, that's 3 options to go along with the Rougeau. So now we can arrest the Rougeau like we saw in the Man City game, and we can still have pretty decent defending. Wasn't the greatest, but we can have pretty decent defending against a good team. So we see that now, we understand that. And as they get more and more comfortable, they get more used to each other, the defending and the communication will get better, the timing will get better, our defense will get better. So that's looking very good. So that was also a very good signing. I didn't give Lewandowski a rating, so if I was going to give Lewandowski a rating, For the price and everything, and so far he hasn't integrated well, but he's improving. I would give Lewandowski, say, like an 8 or 9 out of 10. With Kounde, it's because we haven't seen him. I'm gonna say leave that out, but I think he has a potential to be a very good sign. I think this guy has a potential to be another 7 or 8 type signing. All right, so we're gonna move on from Kounde, and we're gonna get into some of the other signings that we've made this summer. All right, so that's the end of part one for the transfer update for 2022-2023 season. I'd like to thank you guys for checking it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out part two. That'll be coming out shortly. All right, so once again, that was the end of part one, and we're gonna go into part two. All right, those of you know, you know, and if you don't know, you just don't know.